Well, this morning we've been discussing the backlash over Alan Jones's controversial comments about Julia Gillard's late father. High-paying sponsors are being pressured to drop their deals with the 2GB shock jock. One advertiser has reportedly received more than 2,000 complaints. Let's see what the Angels make of this. Sky News presenter Jacinta Tynan, sexologist Nikki Goldstein and women's health editor Felicity Harley. Good morning to you all. Jacinta, what do you think? Do you think advertisers will follow through on this?
Well, I think would and should are two different things, unfortunately. From what I understand, one sponsor, Freedom, has already dropped Alan Jones this morning. I think it's the right thing for them to do, but he does have 18.5% of the market, and he is the top-rating AM radio jock in the country. So we can only hope that they rise above the numbers and look at the decency here. And if you look at social media, there is a huge outpouring of anger over what he said. It was nasty in any way you look at it. It was cruel, insensitive, and I think they should go for decency.
Nikki, no one disagrees with that. It was insensitive, cruel, appalling comments. But that's his shtick, isn't it, to be controversial? And he did apologise. Was the apologise good enough?
I think he probably did take it a little too far this time, and I don't feel that the apology was probably enough. I think that in this situation you would have to apologise. I think it's been done. What's said has been said, and I don't blame people for wanting to pull out of the show, because I think that when you do sponsor someone, you align yourself with them. So I do think that we're going to see more backlash out of this, and I really don't think the apology was enough. It's a little, too late.
Felicity, what do you think? He's tried to call Julia Gillard to apologise personally. She's refused to take the call. Is she doing the right thing?
Oh, I think so, and I think Julia Gillard will rise above this, and I think she'll get a sympathy vote out of this, and I think it's so nice seeing the groundswell of support for Julia Gillard. Finally, people are recognising that she is a good woman, and I'm sick of people bagging her. And I'm not saying I necessarily agree with everything she says, but it's about time we supported our female Prime Minister. And for me, Alan Jones, I actually used to respect what Alan Jones said. I thought he was a smart, intelligent man, and I enjoyed listening to him on Sunrise. But for me, he's got into that corner with Jermaine Greer now. He's said one too many things that have been upsetting, and he's like that annoying old uncle at your party that you just say, shut up.
Well, let's sum it up well, I think. Moving on, Melbourne has paid tribute to murdered woman Jill Meagher. Amazing scenes. 30,000 people marched through the streets of Brunswick to really send a message, which I think was terrific, Nikki. Are you surprised by the outpouring of public support?
Well, I was really touched. I saw these photos on Facebook yesterday, and it did give me a shiver, and I thought, you know, we're really shining light on an important issue here, and I think it's really taking people back, and they're really having to notice that as women we need to think a little about what our actions are when we're walking home, if we should be on our own. But I also think women need to understand that this is one situation, and yes, they need to be cautious, but they shouldn't fear that this is going to happen every time that they're on their own.
Yeah. Felicity, Jill's mum wants more CCTV camera coverage around the streets. It was so important in this case. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a great idea, and actually I read in the Herald Sun on Friday that this has actually coincided with the Victorian government approving more CCTV, and they ran a study over 6 months which picked up 600 incidents with these cameras. So I think it's a great idea, and I think all states should look at this, invest more money into this, and for all the people who say, oh, it's a big brother-ish, you know, we don't want to be watched, I think people's safety, women's safety is more important than this. So, yep, bring it on.
Jacinta, a graffiti artist, has painted a 20-metre long artwork which says, "Rest in peace, Jill." Melbourne Council is yet to decide whether it will allow the sign to remain. What do you think?
Yeah, I was really actually touched when I saw that graffiti. It's not often that does that to me. It's one piece of graffiti that should stay. It has absolutely captured, I think, the sentiments of the nation. With the death of Jill Meagher has really touched all of us, probably in ways we've not seen before with a crime. And I think it's because, as you guys were saying, we all feel that could have been us on a different day. And we're really feeling it, and our hearts go out to her family and her friends and her husband. And this is, let's just leave this piece of graffiti there, one piece that can stay.
Yeah. And just finally, a father in the US has sparked controversy by shaming his toddler online. The dad took a photo of his 2-year-old daughter wearing a sign that reads, "I pooped in the shower and Daddy had to clean it up." I hereby sign this as permission to use in my yearbook senior year. Ladies, joke or just cruel?
Okay, I'm the mother here, and this is so cruel. This is so last century. It's just got to stop. Doesn't anybody realise that by doing this to your kids, all it's going to do, it's not going to make them behave. It's going to embarrass them, and they're going to be in therapy in 10 years' time.
Yep. Nikki?
I feel that it is a 2-year-old. I mean, I don't believe that you should be humiliating children. I think it may be a joke that's taken too far, and we have to look at, does it belong on the internet, or should it be, a photo that you have on your phone and you show your friends? So where it should actually...
I would like his dad to go and hang out with Alan Jones. They can all go to the same party, have a drink together and talk and stay there. And shut up.
All right, ladies, good to see you with that.